Alright. I am waiting for more people to join. Me personally, I do not like doing live streams anymore. Not currently. I do not like doing live streams anymore currently. Because I tend to talk a lot. This Sans. We got Death Widow. This is not even a Death Widow. There is absolutely no way somebody with a serious, no, not a serious, with a confident attitude, there is no way somebody asked me if this was Sans. There is no way somebody confidently asked me if this was Sans. They took a look at a skeletal character and assumed Sans. Like, they didn't even assume, oh, it might be an original character. No, they straight up assumed Toby Fox character. At least I think Sans was made by Toby Fox. And not Temmie, but I don't know, bro. Your first thought was Skeletor. To be honest, I would take Skeletor, and I'm not saying this in a way where I'm saying, oh yeah, I dislike Undertale and Deltarune. I like both of those games. I like both of those games. The thing is, like, I would honestly rather somebody ask me if this was Skeletor rather than Sans. This looks nothing, and I mean nothing, remotely even close to Sans. The person saw the skeletal figure and immediately assumed funny bone guy. Like, what? You're not even thinking of design anymore. You're thinking of skeleton parts. You're thinking, oh, skeleton parts, so it must be Sans. Like, hi, Waffy. You missed some stuff, Waffy. You missed some stuff. You missed some stuff. You know? No, I meant stuff in the stream. Like, you missed something. You missed something. You won't even believe what somebody asked me. You will not remotely believe what somebody had the confidence to ask me. You assumed it was. Now, I am not one to say that dumb questions exist. I'm not one to say that dumb questions exist. I'd say peculiar questions exist, but I'd say peculiar questions exist, but to say that they're dumb, I would not say that. But this was by what somebody asked me, it not only gave me insight as to how into what type of community I have and or how old my community might be, but this gave me this gave me some insight that I may need to do a cleansing. But somebody asked me with full confidence, like it wasn't even like a boasting comment. It was like a simple comment with a simple ask. Somebody asked me if this was Sans. Somebody looked at the skeletal figure, could not even think of any other skeleton character that they have ever seen before. They have seen so much Undertale that they thought, is this Sans? uh, I, I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Void creature. Well, I mean, void creature. Well, I mean, you're kind of right. Kind of. When the Arthur created Wright, Wright is this character's name. When the Arthur created Wright, Wright was actually made from the pencil shavings and pencil smears of the Arthur's pencil. And Wright is an original character, by the way. When first was this character, I honestly thought it was the Roaring Knight, but then someone said, "Was it Sans?" Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. A bit of a stretch. No, no, you said that was a bit of a stretch. Wafi, they had their arms stretched to its snapping point, like it was going towards its limit. That was how much of a stretch it was. Don't try to downplay it. It was a huge stretch. It was in it was a stretch. Not every skeleton character is Sans. Toby did not invent the concept of skeleton characters. Right or right, the first one. It is the first right you said. Honestly, I think I would much rather take people asking if this is the Roaring Knight. I would honestly much rather people ask if this is the Roaring Knight. Because I can tolerate that. I can tolerate people asking me that. Because I can see how it looks like the Roaring Knight, kind of. I can honestly tolerate people asking me that. But Sans, bro, you fell off the boat. Digs up a grave and finds a skeleton. Oh my god, guys, Sans reference exactly. By the way, the title, I did, mm, the title. We're gonna be reacting to something. Somebody made a Fallen Hill Explained video, and I decided to watch it on stream. We got Papyrus, Skeletor, the Lich from Adventure Time, several other Lich and or Lich and or Lich and or Necromancer characters from anime, and bro chose Sans. Exactly. And plus, how does Sans even remotely look like this? Like, if anything, all right, I'm gonna be honest. The moment I felt like if they waited until the moment I drew the scarf flowing, I promise you, I would have at least took them asking me if this was Papyrus. I would have took them asking me if this was Papyrus. But you want to know what they probably saw you want to know what they probably saw online in order to ask if this was Sans? You know what they probably saw? They probably saw Sans being drawn like this. They probably saw this dude being drawn like this. You know how they love to give him that kind of thin and stretched out body online. They probably saw him being drawn like this and immediately assumed that was his body type. Like, all right, bro, that was fan made. It was not confirmed. It was not even remotely confirmed that he has that body type. Like, I'm not going after people who draw him like that. I'm more so going after the thought that you looked at this and thought that it was Sans. Like, I've seen a lot of good artists who draw Sans like that, like with a stretched out body and or like a chubby body, and or like either one of those, but it looks more grown. But it looks more grown, you know. Like, I love how some artists like draw him like that. There's this one artist I follow over on Twitter, and they draw Sans very, very well, and I think they animate him very, very well. And I really do like their art pieces. I'm gatekeeping. I'm gatekeeping. I am not going to tell you guys the artist. I'm not going to tell you guys the artist. I'm gatekeeping. But I think that they draw Sans very, very good. They're mostly an Undertale artist, but and also artist, I think, and or a Deltarune artist, and or an El and or an Undertale and Deltarune artist, I think. But they draw Sans very well. Um, However, growing up with Undertale, you know, I will tell I will admit this. I used to be around during the Google Plus era. Not only around on the internet, but I quite literally used to be on Google Plus. I have seen so many unhealthily obsessed people who are obsessed with Sans. I have seen so many people like that. And I get it, like people letting their minds run wild and everything, they're falling for a character and or whatever. But the moment somebody says, "Oh yeah, I am married to Sans and or whatever," suddenly, like, you guys have not grown up you guys have not grown up in the in the streets that I grew up in. Well, some of you probably have, I I think that some of, if not most of you, have not grown up in the streets that I grew up in. Because on Google Plus, if you so much as made a peep that, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna marry Sans," you'll get bunch a a bunch of fangirls jumping you. Like, I'm talking like they will threaten to hack your account. They will threaten to murder you. They will threaten to like find you. They will threaten to dox you and everything. All for a character that does not exist. Sans was truly the Justin Bieber of the freaking internet back in the day, and that is scary. And that is scary to think about. Sans was not all that. You guys looked at fan art of him and thought he was the sexiest man alive. Well, then again, I guess he did win the Tumblr 60 man Tumblr 60 man competition, but Tumblr 60 man competition over on Twitter, but he was not all that, and he still is not all that. Sans is a pretty basic character. He's basic. I don't I do not know what you want me to say. Sans is so basic. Sans is so unbelievably basic that whenever I look at him, I literally think it's the fourth wall breaking guy, and then I look to another character. I think he's an interesting character, but I do not obsess over him. Honestly, if you obsess unhealthily over a fictional character to the point where you pulled the stuff that I said the people that said the fangirls over on Google Plus did, then you have a lot more problems to work out. Dude, I remember when those Sans fangirl videos blew up in views. They were so badly drawn made. No, I have a theory. I have a theory as to why they perform so well. I have a theory as to why they perform so well. They were not in it for the art. They were in it for the video situations. They were not in it for the art. They were in it for the video situations. Whether they found it funny, whether they found it hot, disturbingly enough, if they found it hot, it does not matter. Heck, they could revisit the videos years later and they would still give it its views because it either still seemed hot to them and or made them laugh or made them laugh. The art was not the factor. Well, it could. I don't think the art was the main factor, although it could be. It could be. Who knows? People have their own. It could be. People have their own taste in. Who knows? People have their own taste in art. But I think that I honestly think that the main factor was the situations that Sans was put in. They were not caring about the art. They were only caring about like Sans' situation with a fangirl. You want to know something? I actually, at one point, and this was a few years ago, I actually at one point saw a fangirl. I have no idea if should I even remotely explain this on stream. So like, I am not going to go after their age because of their art style. Everybody has their own different art style, but something about it reeked. Something about it reeked 12 to 13-year-old fangirl. I was once literally looking at Sans fangirls review. I was I was once looking at Sans fangirls review video review. I was once look I was once looking at Sans fangirl review videos. That's what I was trying to say. I was once looking at Sans fangirl review videos for the laughs, just so that I can remember how disturbing they were. No, just so that I can see if I was right about how disturbing they were. Disturbing they were. And I want you to explain to me why, like, because this was after I clicked out the review video. I want a good laugh. So after I saw like a few of it, I clicked off the review video and I was like, what is this? You know, I saw like a random video that for some reason caught my eye. I was like, what is this? Like, I think Sans had like hard eyes in or whatever. I was like, here we go. What is this? So here's what I did. I clicked on the video. So here's what I did. I clicked on the video. I skimmed through it. Blah, blah, blah. You know, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, I think this was made to flip a clip, obviously. But, I think this was made to flip a clip. I was like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, yes. Your Sona like Sans. Blah, blah. What? That what moment I had. That what moment I had. That what moment I had. Guys, I was skimming through the video. And then I landed on a certain segment. Explain to me why this fangirl drew Sans' glow stick, if you know what I mean. Explain to me why they drew his glow stick on video, publicly, on YouTube. See, stuff like that is kind of why I am afraid of like fangirls finding out about Sans. It's why I'm afraid of anybody finding out about Sans, to be honest. Like any gender and or any gender identification can simp over Sans. I'm not only going after and or judging the fangirls. I'm not doing that. But it really, that one moment really put things into perspective for me. That that back then, I think we were nearly doomed. You want to know something? You want to know something? I fully believe, I fully believe that if Five Nights at Freddy's did not have a resurgence, we would have been in the end times by now. That's what I believe. If FNAF was not still getting sequels, I guarantee you we would have been in the end times around that point. We would have been in the end times because there would have been so many fangirls of Sans spread across the internet. There would have been so many fangirls of Sans spread across the internet. They would have been so overprotective of them, blah blah blah. You know. Jeez. And here's a crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. It is not only the teenage fangirls. It is not only the teenage fangirls. I have seen around this time, I have seen a shocking amount of adult fangirls who unhealthily obsess over Sans Undertale. And that really terrified me. Oh gosh. Anyways, I'm glad Google Plus got shut down. that that stuff was getting that that site was getting plagued, yo. That site was getting plagued. Anyways, I was rambling. The reaction. So first of all, this is Right. Say hello to Right. Hi, Right. Is it Sans that skull? Is it Sans that skull chubby small dude? Yes, yes he is. But anyway, say hi to Right. Hi, Right. What's up? What is up? Here's a fun fact about Right. Here's a fun fact about Right. Right may look like this and everything, evil, intimidating, and or whatever. Like, I I have a feeling that you may not find him even or. I have a feeling that you might not find him evil or intimidating after I tell you this fact. Did you know that Right actually likes sour candy and bacon? Right does not need to eat, but Right does love sour candy and bacon. Those are Right's uh those are Right's favorite snacks. Like for a sweet treat, Right will get sour candy. For a meal, Right would get bacon. Quirky little detail. That is even scarier. How is that scarier? How the heck is that scarier? What? Cause he's what? Cause they eat bacon. Tell bacon to stop tasting so good. Like, would you like to hear a joke? What is the joke? Right. Oh my god. Wait. Oh my gosh. Wait. No, that is right. I forgot his little tail flags. I forgot their little tail flags. Well, actually, I'm not technically wrong. Right does go by any pronouns, so like I'm not saying this to get out of this situation. I'm genuinely saying right goes by any pronouns, so yes. Right goes by any pronouns. So yes, I forgot Right's little tail flags. Also, you guys caught me at a good time. I was almost about to draw Right differently. I was almost about to draw Right way differently. I was almost I was almost about to draw Right way differently. I might be getting an allergy. What does a lesbian pirate say? Scissor me timbers. Comedy gold. Honestly, that lesbian pirate joke is on the same level as how, how does a non-binary ninja how does a non-binary ninja kill its opponents? They slash them, and then like I'm like, yeah. Like these are textbook dad jokes trying to make these are like textbook these are textbook these are textbook dads try, these are textbook dads try to make like woken or new generation jokes and or whatever. like like it is not even a dad from like somewhere close to this generation. It's like a dad who is old school, and they always is a dad who is like old school, and he always talks about how like back then things were more simpler and or whatever. Like that's the type of energy those type of jokes radiate. Hey, right? Hey, right? But said the left, swipe their hand across their face, and ended up with the blankest, most unimpressed expression imaginable. Yes. Yes, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. You could be speaking about the actual character and or me, and you would not be wrong either way. Imagine Imagine Bug messes up something. Imagine the character. Imagine Bug messes up something, and he's like, oh fuck me. He's like, oh fuck me, and Vessel's like, I'm trying. Like I don't know where Vessel's like, I'm trying, and then Bug's like, what the heck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I messed up the food. What are you talking about? If you would only give me the check, if you If you would only give, if you would only give me the chance. If you would only give me the chance. I'm trying. I'm trying. Vessel, watch this silent Riz. Vessel grabs Bug's legs, totally desperate. I saw the rest of the I saw the rest of the dialogue in the corner of my eye. Vessel watches silent Riz. Vessel grabs Bug's legs, desperate. Vessel, please let me in. Please let me in. You wanna know what's crazy? I feel like Vessel would do that as a joke, but then Bug is like, "Ah, I thought you could do something better than that." And then like Vessel's like, "Oh, you want me to actually try?" And Bug's like, "What?" And then like she actually tries. She like actually tries. What she doing? What she doing? There is this one thing. There is this one thing that I confirmed to be canon because I was letting my mind wander and I was like, yes, this can be canon. Bug actually once let it slip. Bug actually once let it accidentally slip out of his mouth that he thought Vessel looked really endearing without the mask. Like he straight up he didn't mumble it. He straight up whispered it and like Vessel's like, wait, what? Like Vessel's like, what? And Bug's like, what? Oh wait, did I say that out loud? Did I say that out loud? And then like Vessel teased him the entire day about it. Let's us think. Let's us think that happened. You know what? I don't have to think. I can make it canon. It is canon. But yes, I was thinking about that. And I was like, yes, I can make that canon. Like he accidentally let it slip. Like he accidentally let it slip, and then Vessel heard it. It is canon. By the way, these are not thighs. These are, first of all, these are thigh guards, like little thigh armor, and these are leg guards and a little leg armor. All right, do not think that they're actual limbs. Like me and my big fat mouth. Creators of any type of series be like, wouldn't it be cool if they did this? I think that'd be cool. Wait a darn minute. Yes, for real. Also, I want you guys to imagine this. I don't know if you've seen this community post I made about knife and horn. Not the art, but the little fact I made about him. About how Knife never called a single man in her entire life handsome. They don't. She only called them hot stuff. She never. She only calls an attractive being hot stuff. And or like that goes for any gender. Like she would really only call them hot stuff. She said beautiful. Like she called like for a woman beautiful, but she has never called a man handsome. Imagine how much of an honor it must have been for Horn when Knife seriously like called him handsome. Seriously like called him handsome. Like right off the bat she called him handsome. I think Horn gave a fuck. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like duh, that's their dynamic. But and here's the thing. Horn knows that he cannot really do anything about it because one, it's pretty much like a nickname that he has now. And two, he knows that if he were to be like, "Hey, stop that," or else, he knows Knife is going to get excited. He is in a box. He is in a literal box. He cannot say "or else" because Knife will get excited. Knife will seriously get excited. You see what happened in that episode. He's pretty much trapped in a box now. Horn knife respect my horn knife respect my boundaries. Knife boundaries was the boundaries was that. Knife does respect their boundaries. The thing is, like, I feel like like while Knife does have a thing for Horn, Knife also like believes in respecting a being's boundaries. You know. With Horn, however, they've grown accustomed to like the whole thing. It's basically like a shtick with them. Not a shtick. It's basically like a not a joke. It is like a it's like a normal thing between them. You know, it's like a thing between them. I feel like I feel like if I feel like if knife I feel like if knife were to be like you're a big knife ex foreign shipper. Uh all right. Oh no, the world's gonna end. Oh no. Like, all right. Like all right. All right. Like I don't Oh no, you should knife and horn. Oh no. Oh no, knife and horn are a thing. Like all right. How you feel embarrassed? Bro, all right. So I don't know if my community is that sensitive, but y'all seriously gotta like stop being so dang sensitive to my jokes. I swear, because like there is no way you guys are seriously getting like out of all the time that you've known how my jokes can go, there is no way that you guys are trying to backtrack on your jokes because I either A laughed at them, B tried to laugh with you about them, or C trying to do all of the above. Like, bro, that's what makes them jokes. You mean to tell me that you get embarrassed if somebody were to find something slightly humorous to try to make it and try to make like light laughter out of it, and or they laughed at your joke and like try to make fun of it a little bit? Like that's the thing about humor, bro. I'm trying to lift the mood, and the fact that people try to do a whole run back on it, it kind of kills the mood for me, you know? Like, you guys gotta stop being so sensitive about this stuff. No, listen, I'm not super sensitive. I hate making things awkward and honestly. Well, me and you too. I mean, but that is like a hormonal, that is like a normal human reaction. Seeing something beautiful always hurts me. Everything will turn to ash in some time, and those things I crave will be immortal. I crave to be immortal will erase too. People that I love, things that I see beautiful. Was that a random person that popped into the stream, said that, and left? I do not know who that is. Bro, say that with your therapist. I'm not your therapist, yo. What's Chick talking about? Well, let's not try to go over what Chick was talking about. I have no idea what that person was talking about. All right, Blend Chick, can you like quit? Nobody wants to hear your autobiography, bro. Like, we're trying to vibe. Like, if you if you want to go over that type of stuff, like, go over it with your therapist and or whatever. Like, we want to hear that. We're trying to have a good time. Like, unless you want to get blocked, like, no, not blocked in or banned. Unless you want to get banned, like, I could do that too. Well, actually, I'm not gonna ban you straight up. I think I might time you out or whatever. I think I might time you out or whatever. But like, quit that, bro. Like, we don't want to hear that. Well, I don't want to hear it. I don't know if anybody else wants to hear it, but me personally, I do not want to. I love the mood you are making. Is just the way. a way I think. I am not depressed. All right, so here's the thing. I don't know if that is how you try to like become relatable with like said situation, but why are you trying to word it like somebody who had 4 degrees in English and are trying to write a poem during the Renaissance era? Like, why are you writing, why are you writing it like that? Like, bro, everybody here being silly, you're writing like you time travel from the Renaissance era. I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm saying like where did that sudden, you know, speech come from, you know? If you want me to be silent, I will be. It is more so like I want. It's more so like I want you to like. Oh God, no, no, because this is gonna sound controlling. I don't want to sound controlling because it could be how you talk. What I'm saying is like it came out of that type of speech came out of absolutely nowhere. Like it kind of threw me off. You know, like it honestly kind of threw me off. Like you can probably keep talking about what you want to talk about, but I probably will not read it because I do not know what to make of it. No, this looks awkward. What's the question? I'm not staring at the screen waiting for somebody to answer. What are you talking about? You only said, by the way, he's using Medibank. What do you want people to say to that? How are we supposed to answer a fact? My bad. My bad, yo. Why did that make me laugh? Oh, jeez. I mean, what the fuck is Waffy? Wait. I mean, what the frick does Waffy, whatever that Indian name is that? What? What? Hypothetically, if Vessel had a really bad day, something awful however, someone said something mean, does she use bug as a stress outlet? Like, does she lean on them or vent about her day? She does all of the above. She literally does all of the above. Like, they're best friends. Of course they're gonna do that. The fuck? The frick? Did not mean to curse, my bad. The frick is this shit even about anymore? It does not have a topic. This is a live stream. This is a random chilling live stream. We're not supposed to have a topic. We're supposed to, vibe. Oh, so we're family friendly. I don't know. I kind of like don't really like cursing after I just woke up for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of how I work for some reason. I don't really like cursing after I woke up, after I just woke up. Anyways, back to meth. Did I miss an arc? What do you mean back to meth? Did I miss an arc? The Dunst. Did I miss an arc? What do you mean back to meth? Did we miss an arc? Hello? Did, did I miss a few episodes? Hasman Hotel. This looks nothing like Hasman Hotel. This looks nothing like Hasman Hotel. Hollow Knight, I could see that. I don't know where people are getting the whole, oh, look, reminds me of Hasman Hotel art style. I don't, no, it don't. This looks nothing. I draw bugs. This looks nothing remotely like it. This looks nothing remotely like it. You guys want to hear my opinion on that series? I hate it. No, because people keep bringing it up. I hate it. I hate that series. I hate that series. I think it is a really bad series. They handle certain situations so dang poorly. I am surprised it is getting a season 2. I am surprised that crap is getting a season 2. Hell of a Boss? That sucks too. I'd prefer just Hollow Knight. Because that's what my series is inspired by. It is literally inspired by Hollow Knight. Not the art style. This is my own art style. But I prefer that people say it is inspired by Hollow Knight. I hate both of those series that VisiPop made. Like, I hate them. Yeah, you can make an angry face. They suck. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. They suck. You literally look at cuss words and think, you literally look at cuss words being said every 2 seconds in a sentence, and you're like, wow, this is like the best type of humor I've ever seen. There's better forms of humor, like, and like, and plus it's like an adult show, and like so many teens are like trying to watch it, and it's like, bro, you sneaking into the show does not make you edgy. You repeating every single line in, or trying to put every single curse word that they've ever said in a sentence does not make you edgy. It doesn't make you cool. It doesn't make you hip with the other people saying it. If anything, I personally think, and I mean this in a strong, I am not trying to seem offensive type of way. I mean this in a strong, I'm not trying to seem offensive type of way, but it's my personal opinion. It makes you seem annoying. I'm gonna be real. Like repeating everything that you hear off of those shows is just weird. Well, it is not weird by default. I'd say it's weird that you find that to be top tier humor. Says the one that needs Google Maps to find the wrong. Wow, guys. The 180, bro. The 180 that they did. Nah. Y'all saw that 180 they did? Yo, nah. Bruh. I'm freaking dumb just from what is being dumb have to do with? What is being guys, you could be having one of the most normal conversations ever. Like you could be talking about what's your favorite breed of dog. Like you could be talking about what's your favorite breed of dog and or like what your favorite show is. And like the moment you say a breed of dog that the other person does, no, and like the moment you say, that type of breed of dog is not really my forte, and or you're like not even in like a stereotypical all that dog is violent type of way. Like you're probably saying like, I don't know, I don't really like that breed of dog, right? You're like, I don't really like that breed of dog, and they're like you could say that about a Chihuahua. Like you're like, I don't really like a Chihuahua, and or you're like, I don't really like that show, and like the person who's been keeping polite the entire time, the person who has been like, like been saying nice stuff, the person who's been saying nice stuff since it's a 180 and they're like, yeah, that's why your shoes raggedy. That's why your shit messed up, blah blah blah. And it's like, bro, like you were not acting like this 2 seconds ago. Like, bro. Look, I mean to be rude, but why do your streams always attract the weirdest Your guess is as good as mine, Waffy. Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is honestly as good as mine. I do not know. Cough, cough, cough. I'm Mr. Green Christmas. Alright, I don't know what that means. I never knew Vessel, my girl, was best friends with Bug. I thought she was just a. I literally mentioned a bunch of times that they are best friends. Where is that coming from? It's called an analogy. It's called an analogy. It is called a situation to compare it to. You want me to put it more simpler? All right. So basically, no, I'm gonna try and put it more simply. So basically, right? Basically, wait, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. All right, this is the wrong one. But anyways, so basically, you say you don't like a show. Like you've been having a normal conversation with this person. You gotta explain it in brain rot terms. No, I'm gonna try and explain it in the most simple terms possible. In the most simple terms possible. Because I do not dabble in brain rot. I try to keep as far away from brain rot as I possibly can. But I'm gonna try and explain this in the most simple way possible. If they do not get it, I don't know. So it's like you're having a nice conversation with this person. You start talking about your favorite shows, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I really love this show," and then like they bring up a show that you see as very problematic and or weird, and you're like, no, bro, I do not really like that show. And honestly, and like you're trying to keep it real. You're not trying to come off as like rude or anything. You're trying to keep it real. Like you're like, yeah, I do not really like that show. And honestly, I think anybody who repeats the things that show does that show doesn't or says, no, no, you're like, no, you're like, and honestly, if people do anything that the characters in this show do and or says, then I generally would find them annoying and or I would genuinely think that hope for humanity is nearly lost, right? Like you're keeping it real. You're not trying to see you're not trying to seem like rude. You're genuinely speaking for what you think. Like it's like you sugarcoated it back then, but now you're trying to keep it real. Like you're like, yeah, I do not like that show. And I generally think anybody who repeats anything from this show, I think anybody who repeats anything from the show would be annoying in my eyes, straight up annoying in my eyes, right? And the person would take that very offensively, and they're like, what? No, you shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah blah blah. They're calling you names and stuff, and you're sitting there like, what the heck did I do? You know, like you were just talking. Like you seriously thought that you guys were just talking, you guys were talking and like their personality switched up when you least expected it. If they do not get what that exclamation means, then I do not know what else to tell them. By the way, yes, we have a reaction to do. We have a reaction to do. We have a reaction to do. Reaction. All right, I'm going to say this. Honest, honestly, honestly, I do. Honestly, honestly, I don't really like this. Honestly, I don't really like this to people who. My gosh. Honestly, I don't really like this to people who do these things are kind of weird, to be honest. Well, first of all, screw you, and second, you use IS Paint to draw, so screw you again. Sorry, but who are you talking to? First of all, I was saying the exclamation towards you. Secondly, I'm talking to the chat. Who else am I talking to? Seriously, who else? Who else am I talking to? All right, this. We're going to be reacting to this. Yay. All right. Let me react into this. This is the From Hell explained for newcomers. Read description. All right, so it is for newcomers. I hope that they gotten some things right, but Yes. Let's react to it. Hold on. Wait, alright. But first I have to say this, I will not be but first I have to say this, I will not be explaining everything in Fallen Hill. One, because spoilers. Two, because it would take gosh darn long to make this video, so I will not be explaining everything in Fallen Hill. Go watch the series and streams if you want to know everything about it. Yes, you're not gonna have luck with the streams. You're not gonna look with the streams. I enlisted them, but alright. I meant to delete them originally, but whatever. Alright. We're going over character descriptions. Alright. Here we go. First and foremost, we have Bug, the protagonist of Fallen Hill. He's a deviant, a made-up species of ants that are really, really freaking strong. Alright, you can... Alright. That really... Did you have to have that freaking? Like, I don't think it is that... I don't think it is that interesting, but... Well, they are an interesting species, but, like... I don't think, like... I don't think, like, it is, you know, what do you talk? I don't think it is I don't think it is like that much of a thing to like praise, you know. Wait, Bug, you don't have to read it. They're gonna read it for you. To be honest, trust me. Listen. I was going to let the voice read it, but then I remembered how annoying this voice could get for me. So, to save my sanity, I think I'd much rather read it. I get that you guys probably want to like listen to the voice, but I mean, you're getting it read anyways. So it is like, all right, you know. Like honestly, I like trust me, this voice is a part of my childhood, but like at the same time, if I were to hear this voice constantly, it would be like really annoying for me. So like no shade towards the person, no shade towards the shade what? No disrespect towards the person, honestly. No disrespect towards the person, honestly. I'm saying like I would much rather read it than listen to that voice try to read it, you know? Really, really freaking strong, but who also have a lot of potential. Yes, Bug's main goal in life to be wait, Bug's main goal in life is to be as free as possible. Yes, and be as free as the wind. I said, all right. So this line may sound kind of corny, right? Because I never really explained its meaning. But like a line that I've said, not a line, um, a thing that I've said about Bug is that he wants to be as free as anybody's will. And what I mean by that is like, it is wordplay on free will. Be free as anybody's will. Basically, have free will to do what you want in life. He believes in free will, and I thought, yeah, it's a pretty good thing, but at the same time, I guess some people could get confused by it. So like, I was considering if I should change it and or keep that line, but at the same time, it was it was a wording that it was a phrase that stuck with me for a while. It was a phrase that stuck with me for a while, and I am in a constant debate of whether I should change it or not. But yes. No, you get it. All right. Hopefully. On his travels, he meets Bullet, Dart, and Horn, and a certain old friend we'll get to in due time. I have a feeling I know what you're talking about. But also has a ton of forms and transformations, yes, that he can activate when facing a strong opponent, but sadly none of these forms have made an appearance in Fallen Hill yet, so I'm gonna spoil it. I don't think it's like a sadly. I think it is more like a I think it's more like a but none of these forms have made an appearance. I don't think it is a but sadly. Like the series is literally just getting started. It is still in its infancy. It is only on episode 15. And these episodes aren't even really long. Like they're pretty short. Like at maximum At maximum, and this is a stretch, at maximum there will be at least 3 minutes, but sometimes they'll like extend to like 2 minutes. So I wouldn't say it's like a sadly, like the series is literally getting started. Just getting started. Oh shoot, I forgot I made that reference for Bullet. And then I updated it. I feel like I should update it again though. Also, I feel like I might be getting an allergy. Anyway, so next up is Bullet. They're a blowfly. Thank God. You saw the pronouns. Thank God. Thank God. I want y'all to take a note. Please. Thank God, yo. Thank God. Next up is Bullet. They're a blowfly, and they are one of the people Bug met on his journey. They are also Bug's friend, despite only knowing him for like a day or so. Praise the Lord, somebody. Waffy. No. Waffy. Stop that. Stop. No. Waffy. Stop. 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 You know you are also calling Bullet a she. Stop. You're not slick, Bucko. You're not slick. Stop that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I saw you multiple times. We're not doing that. I saw you multiple times, Bucko. Don't try to switch up now. The switch up is crazy. The switch up is crazy. Like, 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 I cannot believe how quick that switch up was. You think I haven't been keeping a tally of how many people I've seen get like the pronouns for Bullet wrong? I've even kept mental excuse me. I've even kept some mental notes of casuals around here. I even kept mental notes of casuals around here who I've seen get the pronouns wrong. You included. You think I haven't seen you? You think I don't remember correcting you? Multiple times at that? Of course I caught you up. You like, like, of course I caught you. You did it multiple times. that, that was funny. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was funny. Oh God. I do wonder why people like switch up instead of like owning up and like saying, "Oh yeah, my bad." Like honestly, I would have done a slight chuckle. I think I would have done a slight chuckle if you were like, "Oh yeah, my bad." Like right off the bat, if you said, "Oh yeah, my bad." You decided to switch up and act like you didn't do it before. Oh God. Anyways, that was funny. They're also Bugs' friend despite only knowing them for like a day. Despite only knowing them for like a day or two, but anyway, despite Bullet's friendly personality and overall being friendly with anyone they meet, you actually get their personality down. Wow. They are from a family of a set. No, that's wrong. That is 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 wrong. I said Bullet used to be an assassin. Bullet used to be an assassin. Bullet's parents have different hobbies in their jobs. Bullet's mom is an alchemist, and Bullet's dad is a mechanic. Bullet did not come from a family of assassins. I never said that. I said Bullet isn't a I said Bullet used to be an assassin, you know? Um and therefore knows many ways to kill someone despite this. Yes, that is true. Bullet knows multiple ways how to kill somebody. Despite this, they left their assassin life behind, yes, and became the person they are today. Exactly. Their assassin life behind and became the person they are today. Exactly. Their main goal in life is to make their family accept. What? No. What? No, bro. What? What? No. What? What? Bullet's family loves them. Like, Bullet's family loves them, bro. Like, um, I don't know if somebody misinterpreted something that I said at some point. I never I never in my life said that Bullet's family does not accept them. I think I have mentioned, and this wasn't even like multiple times, but I think I've mentioned a couple of times that Bullet's family. No, no, it wasn't even a couple of times because like I don't think I really talk about Bullet. I think I've mentioned like a few times that Bullet's family does love them. Bullet's family loves them, like straight up. Like Bullet's mom and dad, they love them. Bullet's sister, she loves them. Bullet's dad, Bullet's mom, she loves them. Bullet's dad, he loves them. Bullet's sister, she loves them. Like straight up. That is not their goal. That is not their goal, yo. If anything, Bullet's goal in life is to live it, you know? Like Bullet's goal in life is to live it, make friends, stuff like that. Pretty basic thing in life. Hoodie I forgot to mention this, but Bullet's family hate internet. What the No! 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 That is not. I never said that. What are you? All right, bro. No, no. You got. All right. So, at first, you had Bullet on point, but then, like, it started to slowly become untrue. I am so fucking glad I changed this render, yo. You have no idea how glad I am that I changed that render. You have no idea how glad I was when I finally gave Dart a better body design. And me redesigning the characters is one of the reasons why Fallen Hill is on hiatus because I was not proud of the designs presented in the series. You seriously have no idea how glad I am that I changed these designs. Straight up. Also, I feel like my device stopped showing the chat. Hold on. Where's my computer? There it is. All right. All right. Because I hate it when my tablet does this. Wait, no, never mind. Y'all just weren't saying anything. Y'all weren't saying anything. I feel like some of this might be misinterpreting what you said. Might be misinterpreting what you said. Not gonna lie. Exactly, exactly. But honestly though, I am glad I changed Dart's design. I don't know why I let this design slide back then, but I am glad that I changed this design I am not even fibbing with you. Like once I gave her like a better design, I was like, yes, I am more proud of this than whatever this is. I honestly have no idea how I let this slide. I have no idea how I let this slide back then, but like I'm glad I gave her a better design. Next up is Darda Black Widow and former enemy of Bug. Now, Bug and Dart are friends. As a fun fact about Black Widows in the Fallen Hill, where Black Widows are extremely attracted to strong bugs and often take multiple mates. I am so glad you noted that. I'm so glad you noted that. I'm so glad you noted that. You have no idea how glad I am that you noted that. So remember when I said that Bug was oh, frick. Yeah. Remember when I said that Bug was really strong? You can probably figure out what I'm saying if you paid attention to the video, but if you paid attention to the video, but if you didn't, I'll tell you, Dart really, really wants Bug. All right, so about that, I feel like you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The thing is, you're not wrong. At first, she really wanted Bug. Like, she really wanted Bug. But then, I'm talking like halfway through. I think it was like halfway through the series. I'm talking about like after season 1 was then it wasn't halfway through. Well, I'll say like 33% through the series as it currently stands, because it went on hiatus after episode 15, but like 33%. What is a good way to describe this? 1/3 through the series. 1/3 through the series, I decided to change. I decided to change Dart's personality towards Bug. I decided to change her personality into her relationship with Bug, because I felt like there was a lot more potential between those two than the whole run after him because I think he is strong type of thing. Like if you've noticed, like if you have noticed something, if you have noticed something in the series, you remember how like you remember how like season 1 ended, and then I was probably still talking about how she is like attracted to Bug, like really, really attracted to Bug because like, you know, he is strong and everything. Peep how notice how like notice how after episode 6 began, she had a completely different personality. And I get it, like she like stuff calmed down after the fight in season 1, but like she seemed a lot more calm. She seemed a lot more calm and collected around Bug, you know. And, you know, I get it like half of the reason is because of the whole truce that they had, right? Because Dart was afraid of Bullet at that one moment, but it was like a whole truce at the time. But at the same time, as the series went on, she was genuinely more calm towards Bug and more friendly in a way. Like she was friendly when I she was friendly towards him when I was talking about the whole thirsting after him thing, but she seemed more, how do I describe it? She seemed more, how do I describe it? She seemed more, what is the word? She seemed more relaxed around him. She seemed more relaxed around him. She seemed more genuine with her. She seemed more gentle with him, you know, and stuff like that. I am glad I changed that before season 2 began. I am glad I changed that because like I did not because I realized I did not want to make that her character. If that was going to be her full character on top of the trauma that she has from her family, then then no, I feel like that would have been a waste of a character. Like if anything, I felt like that would have been like, oh, she only exists for fan service and or angst. Like she only exists for sexual fan service and or angst, and like there is nothing more to her character. And I was like, no, I do not want to do that because I genuinely like Dart as a character, and I want to do way more with her. So I changed her character. So I changed her character, and I don't even know if this was like related to the whole thing I said, but like I changed her design too. I changed her design too because I truly did not like it. I did not like it. Like honestly, after I posted it, a week passed and I looked at it and I was like, yes, I do not like this. Like I seriously said I do not like this, and then I changed it. So also, Bug, you missed the part at the end explaining Bug. You missed the part at the end explaining Bug. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hold on. Hold on. I am not going to read the rest of what you said because you're spoiling the video. I am not going to read the rest of what you said because you're spoiling the video. So, um, really, really wants Bug. So anyways, that part was kind of true. The really, really wants Bug part was kind of true. It was kind of true. It was kind of true until I like you know, expanded on a personality. So if anything, the really really wants Bug is more of like a she wants Bug. Is more of it is more of like it lessened from really really wants Bug to she wants Bug. It more so like lessened to that. Also, I genuinely think, and like this is coming from the creator, by the way. So, by the way, I also want to say this. Not every character interaction that I post on my community tab is canon. Not every character interaction that I post on my community tab is canon. I want to make that clear. But I will say this, and I like to think that this is canon. It's not even like to think that this is canon. If I want to make it canon, I can make it canon. but but this thing I'm about to tell you is canon. This thing I'm about to tell you is canon. Um, I honestly think, not think, shoot. Um, I honestly want, I honestly, it is not even think because no, uh, it is not even think. It is not even think, yo. I'm trying to like word this. I'm like trying to word this, um, very properly. I know for a fact that Bug and Dart's relationship, it is getting very, very close to Bug and Vessel's relationship. Like on the level. Like I'm not talking about like personality wise. I'm talking about like friendship level wise. Bug and Dart's relationship, like later on in the series when everything gets settled down, like later on in the series, it will get very, very close to Bug and Vessels. It is not at their level, but it is very close. And this is interestingly noted because like I once said that Bug and Dart bonded so well that eventually Bug gained a transformation that looks similar to a Black Widow, and Dart's a Black Widow, and this mostly came from their bond. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I could work with that. I could work with that. Like this is an interesting little thing. So honestly, I think that like so honestly I know that like Bug Bug and Dart's relationship are like very is like very very close to Bug and Vessels. Anyways, I went on a whole tangent. I went on a tangent. Anyways, really, 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 really wants bug. That's all I'll say. Anyways, Dartsman goal in life is to fight strong opponents and strong beings. You 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 want to know what is disappointing? You want to know what is disappointing? You didn't even remotely note that Dart was isolated from her family. You didn't even note that Dart was isolated from her family, and or that Dart's relationship with her mom is pretty complicated. Like, you didn't even note that. But here's what you did. Here's what you did. You didn't even remotely note that for Dart. But it is like you took some of Dart's motivations and or some of Dart's problems and put it onto Bullet. And I feel like that can get very confusing for some people. If like more and more people were to see, oh shoot, 62 people saw this. Oh god. But I feel like it can get confusing. But I feel like it can get confusing if more and more people saw this. It's to fight strong opponents and strong beings. Also, Dart's mom is Lord Toxic, who is one of the four gods of Fallen Hill. Also, the weakest god out of the four. Dart also has many siblings, cause you know. Yes, yes, exactly. Horn. I want you guys to know that I have been very vague on Horn on purpose. Horn's vague personality, well, not vague personality, but Horn's vague motivations have been done on purpose. I want you to know that they have been done. They have been vague on purpose. They've been vague on purpose. Next up is Horn the Rhino Beetle, and also the one I know the least about. Yes! Yes! My plan is working. Let's go. Let's go. He was supposed to be vague on purpose. Let's go. No, delete. I know. I know the least about, but I'll try my best. I want you to try your best. Try your best to explain a vague character. I dare you. Horn is going to be the main character, I swear. Did you even watch Fallen Hill? Bug is the main character. Did you even watch Fallen Hill? Bug is the main character, yo. Bug is the main character. I've mentioned so many times that Bug is the main... I've mentioned an ungodly amount of times that Bug is the main character. Yes, I've seen all 15 episodes. I'm just doing some satire. Alright, well, my bad. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. Alright, my bad. I did not know. But then again, can you really blame me? I've gotten people asking me some weird and or very ridiculous questions during my time on YouTube. Like, can you really blame me for thinking that you were being genuine? Can you blame me? Can you blame me? can you can you blame me? Can you really blame me? Anyways, but I'll try my best. Horn is a stoic badass. I mean, he's alright. He's alright. Horn is alright. Dang. Who's currently looking for a Bug and his friends because he thinks something bad is happening to them. Yes, and here's the thing. Horn, it's not even like a racist type of thing. Horn does not trust Black Widows because of their reputation. Like, their genuine reputation. This was not like a, oh, I've been like, this is not like a, oh, I've been taught to blindly hate in order to blindly be aware of Black Widows. to be aware of Black Widows in another person. Well, no, it is not like a blind. I've been taught to hate Black Widows, and or I have been taught to be very wary of Black Widows and their like reputation type of thing. No. He has been taught very thoroughly about what Black Widows do, about Black Widows and about what Black Widows do. And I'm not saying he wears that like a chip on his neck. Like, if anything, he does not hate Black Widows. He doesn't hate Black Widows. He believes that there can be, good. He believes that there can be, a good being in like a race, and or like a community. He believes that there could be like a good being in like a race in our community. It's just that his introduction to Black Widows was done by a certain Black Widow. Bug, do you have ADHD or ODD? I'm not gonna answer that. Like, I have no idea where that question came from. I'm not gonna answer that. Um. Oh wait, Horn is just freaking Gerald from Rivia just gay? What? Holy shit, bro! Just had a revelation. What? MFR is the Black Widow hater. Mother effer is the Black Widow hater number one. They're wary of the widows. Those those damn Black Widows. Wow. If this ain't the most Black Widow shit I ever seen in my goddamn life. Praise the Lord. he's like swirling a cup in his hand full of juice into her sparkling wine or whatever. He's like, wow, this ain't the most Black Widow shit I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Praise the Lord. He's not racist. He's not racist. Horn does not believe in racism. He hates racism, but like Horn does believe that there can be a good being in like a race and or a community. The thing is, like, his introduction to the Black Widows was Knife. And I've given y'all some clear hints at what Knife's personality is like. Those freaking those effing silk spewers. those god dang those god dang web slingers. those freaking those freaking eight leggers. Those freaking web traps, like those freaking web slingers. Those freaking web swingers, like bro. Something my eight leg up, bro. No. Those freaking mate eaters, like, bro. Those freaking web crawlers. Oh my god. Oh my god. No way we're just making no way we're making up spider slurs now. Like that's funny. Anyways. So yes. I love I love how this went. How this went. Love how this went from I love how this went info about horn to spider racism. the eight the eight Legos is crazy. The eight Legos is crazy. Like I said, the eight Legos, and then you just added an A on. You just added an A at the end. You just freaking went from eight Legos to eight Legos, bro. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh god. Um. Anyways, Horn's first introduction to the Black Widows was Knife, and we can all guess how Knife acted around Horn. We can all guess how Knife acted around Horn. So Horn took that as, oh shoot, this is an ominous greeting. Plus I think like the moment Knife saw Horn, right? The moment Knife saw Horn, you did notice the red eyes. I think I added the red eyes. You did notice the red eyes peering at Horn. You do notice the red eyes peering at Horn through the darkness because they noticed a strong looking being and or a handsome looking being, and now they're like, oh, all right, they seem interesting. And this was Dart's first impression, not Dart, this was Horn's first impression of the community. Like, I'm not saying Horn thinks the entire community is creepy and or suspicious because of one widow. I'm saying like this is his first introduction to it, so he is more on guard if anything. He is not assuming anything, but he is more on guard. He's more on guard because that was his first impression of the community. Notice how he started to get a little bit more, I'd say, emotionally aggressive towards Knife. Like it started off as, all right, I'm being calm, to aggravation, to it started off more as, all right, I am calm, all right, I am calm, to aggravation, to being emotionally aggressive, and then it led into a threat. It was supposed to be a threat. He wasn't actually going to fight Knife, but unless a Knife made a move to like try and attack him, then of try to try to attack him, then of course he was gonna like try and defend himself. But in episode 15 at the end, what Knife did was a threat. He did not actually mean to like harm Knife. Um, However, Knife did shut him down almost immediately. One, because Knife loves Knife loves feeling threatened. No, Knife loves being threatened. I literally, and I don't want you guys to say, "Whoa, that's pretty crazy." I did not know that. No, no, I mentioned this multiple times, and I did mention that knife is the freakiest. Like knife is more freaky than dart, if anything. Knife is more freaky than dart. Like she is wild, if anything. She's wild. Not like wild, wild like an unhinged psychopath. It's more so like whenever it comes to intimacy, she can be more wild. Safe to say, Knight's first encounter with the Black Widow was not ideal. Wait, don't you mean Horn? No, no, I think I understood what you mean, Waffy. I think you mean Horn. But yes, it was not really ideal. Um, however, like notice how like after Knife threatened to fight Knife, did I say Knife? Notice how when Horn threatened to fight Knife, Knife showed that she is actually a lot more faster than him. And the thing is, like, while Knife does like feeling threatened because like, that's kind of like that's kind of a kink of hers for some reason. I don't know why I had that as a kink of hers, but that is a kink of hers. That's like a little kink she has. She likes feeling threatened and she likes the feeling of tense situations. That is literally how she is. But why are all Death Widows and Devilants masochists? No, no. Devilants are the sadists. Black Widows can be sadists, but also masochists. So they're pretty much like that. So the thing is, while while Knife does have those kinks, she does not like meaningless aggression. If you know what I mean, she does not like meaningless aggression. She doesn't like meaningless aggression. Like if you're hurting, if you threaten to hurt her for no reason and or out of pure, like, like malice and or I hate you type of things, she does not see that as a kink. If anything, she sees that as a genuine threat, and she will defend herself if needed. And she'll defend herself if needed. But if she has a feeling that you are like a genuine nice person, and she has a feeling that you're secretly like a softie and or like gentle, and you're trying to play the dominant card, she will play along. She will play along, especially if you threaten, like if you're gonna get into a fight with her. She really likes that. she she really likes that. Like if you're gonna like if you're a good guy and if you're just genuinely concerned about two other bugs that you've seen, two other like beings that you've seen, and Knife registers you as, oh, you're a nice and or neutral person, you're a neutral and or nice person, trying to get the job, trying to like save some other people, and or you're just an and or you're a nice person at heart. Like if Knife thinks that you're genuinely a nice person, if Knife thinks that you're genuinely a nice being, Knife is like I can work with that. I can work with that. Even if Knife feels like, they're not trying to kill me, they're trying to threaten me, and or they're trying to actually fight me, and stuff like that. Like like if Knife feels like any of those scenarios are happening from from like somebody who they classify as good and or neutral, even if they classify him as neutral and or good, then they're like, all right, this person is, trying to be, trying to do a good deed. But other than that, as long as they're good, I can work with this. Like you don't even have to like do a good deed. Like if you're nice in general, Knife is a if you're nice in general, and like if Knife feels like a more genuine attraction to you, and or more of an attraction to your strength even, and you're good, and you're a good being, then Knife is like, yes, yes, I think that you're hot. I think that you're hot. You're very attractive. You're very attractive. um, like I'm serious. When we get to the part with Vessel, I'm positive. Just listen to the voice. Trust me, I'm not gonna spoil. All right. Anyways, I don't know if you guys followed any of that. Hell, if heck, if anything, I think this community has kind of proven that you guys sometimes have trouble keeping track of some of the things that I've said. So I'll put this simply. I'll put this simply. Knife like strong beings. Knife is attracted to feeling threatened and or and or tense situations. Knife loves feeling threatened and or being in tense situations. Not like a straight up masochist, not like a straight up masochist, but it's more so like, oh, let's toy with the but it's more so like, oh, I love to toy with the idea because it is a kink of mine type of thing. If anything, Knife is a sadist. Knife is not a masochist, but Knife is a sadist, if anything. And she gets the thrill off of threats and or tense situations. That is genuinely just how she is. But any physical violence that you try to get into with her, and she classifies you as evil, she would either try to fight you until you get knocked out and or you die. Because, like, let's say you're trying to injure her, all right, she'll try to injure you back. If you try to kill her, good luck trying to keep up with her because she'll kill you before you can even blink. But if she generally thinks that you're nice, she may she may feel attracted to your threats and or tense situations involving you, you know. Or the person is an unstable mess who is afraid of themselves and an I can't control if I go mad, please go away sort of way. Knife would not feel attracted to that. Knife would not feel attracted to that. Knife would feel remorse, if anything. Knife will feel remorse. It's not it's not like Knife isn't feeling attracted to it because, like, oh yeah, you're a mess, like, get away from me type of thing. It is not that. It's more so like why would Knife get a kink out of watching somebody go through psychological torment and or physical torment? Why would Knife get a kick out of get a kick out of that? Why would that turn something on in you know, Knife's brain, right? Like when I mentioned that Knife can be wild, I don't mean like wild as in she throws away her morals. She doesn't throw away morals. She is still a hero. Her fighting style and some of the things that she does may be considered savage and or feral. It may be considered savage and or feral, but other than that, that is just how Knife fights. Knife is seen as tomboyish. Like, this is Knife's personality. She is tomboyish. She is rebellious. She is tomboyish. She is re- tomboyish. She is tomboyish. She is rebellious. She is playful. She is flirty. She is a tease. Um, she is heroic. She is kind. She is caring. However, she is kind and caring in her own way. She would never feel attracted to watching somebody, like, go through a very serious problem, like a problem that is seen as like, wow, this person really needs help. I think she'll be like, oh, that sucks. No, she would not say that. She would not say that. Hell no. She would not say that. Like I said, she would genuinely try to help you. Like if you have mental issues, she will try to help you. If you have physical issues, she will try to help you. Like, I may say that she's sadistic, but she's a sadist with a heart, if anything. Knife has a heart, at least. Think of it this way. Think of it this way. She is like, she is like, she is sadistic. She's sadistic with a heart of gold, if anything. She's sadistic with a hero's heart. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best way to describe it. She's sadistic with the hero's heart. She's sadistic with a hero's heart. Like, yes, she is sadistic, but that is only whenever she's going out to find prey. That's like when she's trying to find prey and or she's hunting down criminals or something like that. You know, like psychotic murderers who go on a killing rampage. You know, and or she's trying to find some food and you know she enters that sadistic mindset. She's trying to find like murderous criminals and she has a sadistic mindset. But if you generally like have problems of your own and you're afraid of being around her because like you know you're afraid of those of showing those problems towards her, she's sympathetic. She has a sympathetic side. Like her sympathetic side shows she has a sympathetic side. Like she's not all oh yeah I have dark humor and kinks and everything. No, she has a whole nother side to her. I haven't shown it yet, really, but she has another side to her. You know, she's a tomboy heroine. Yes, basically, like how she helps Dark. Exactly, like she has a sister who she tries to help and comfort. You know. Um. Anyways, I started talking about Knife. Anyways, so basically, Knife's relationship with Horn is more so like it's like yes, Horn threatened Knife. Knife Knife nearly lost it at that moment because Knife does see Horn as very strong, but like Knife does see Horn as Knife does see Horn as very strong, but like when the sudden threat came out of nowhere, like she acted out of pure intimate instinct because she likes being threatened. She likes feeling threat. She likes being threatened and she likes tense situations. That is not like a that's not like a thing where she just throws around everywhere. That's not a feeling that she throws around everywhere. It's more so like a selective feeling. Like if she has a mate and like she has a mate and they both generally love each other. Like if she has a mate and they both generally like each other and you know the mate threatens her and she'll get and then like she'll get an intimate reaction out of it. If she thinks that you are a good if she thinks that you are a good being and you threaten her but like she feels like and you threaten her but she feels like you're not trying to like harm her and or anything but she feels like you are not trying to harm her and or you're not trying to harm her out of like malicious intent, right? um hold on, how do I describe this? If she feels like you're not trying to harm her out of malicious intent, then she would feel attracted to that. She would feel attracted to that, basically. Also, I feel like I should mention this. A little tidbit about Knife's sense of fashion. Knife Knife wears a lot of how do I describe it? Knife wears a lot of boy clothes. Like I feel like Knife would definitely wear a lot of boy clothes. Like Knife is naked like 24/7, almost 24/7, but um like Knife would generally wear a lot of clothes seen as like masculine or whatever, you know? And it is generally because Knife feels like it suits her and or like and or because Knife likes the style of it, you know? The kind of woman to wear a suit to her what yes, exactly. Exactly. You have it down to a TAC, exactly. Like Knife is not wearing a dress. Knife is not wearing a dress to her wedding. If she, first of all, Knife is pansexual. Knife, it does not matter who Knife likes, as long as they, as long as they vibe with you, and or think that you're a good person or whatever. As long as they vibe with you, then it is all fine.
Hey, Luna. Hey, Luna. Hey, Luna. You woke up? You woke up, Luna? You woke up? You woke up? You woke up. You woke up. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You finally woke up.
Welcome. You kind of slept. You kind of slept until 3 p.m., Luna. You slept until 3 p.m. Why is your species so lazy? All I really do is scratch and sleep. That's all y'all really do. um, yes, Knife is not wearing. Knife would strongly prefer not to wear a wedding. No, what? Not to wear a dress to her wedding. You know, Knife would strongly prefer not to wear a dress to her wedding. Knife prefers wearing a suit. Knife prefers wearing a suit. Honestly, I describe Horn and Knife's relationship as a ticking time bomb. Any moment, Knife could strike. Yeah, yes, that's pretty much it. Like, you got it down to a T. Like, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Like, that's pretty much their relationship. Like, it's kind of why, it's kind of why Horn, it's kind of why Horn has a slight attraction to Knife. Wait, no, I wasn't supposed to reveal that. Shh. Oh God, I was not supposed to reveal that. I was not supposed to reveal that. I was not supposed to reveal that. Oh no. You guys heard y'all heard nothing. 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 You heard nothing. You heard no, shut up. Y'all heard nothing. No, you heard nothing. You heard nothing. You heard nothing. You heard nothing. Between the three of us, y'all heard nothing. Well, technically the four of us, y'all heard nothing. Y'all heard nothing. Y'all heard nothing. Crap. I was not supposed to reveal that. I wasn't supposed to reveal. I told myself to keep that a surprise. Wow. To keep that a secret. I told myself to keep that a secret. I had to run my mouth. I had to run my mouth. No, I got too in the moment. Crap. Shoot, bro. God dang it. Yeah, whatever. Secret's out about Horn, bro. Secret's out, yo. Whatever. I'm over it. I'm over it. Whatever. It's not like it would have been that. It's not like it would have been that big of a thing, anyways. So um, anyways, who is currently looking for Bug and his friends because he thinks something bad is happening to them. But the thing about Horn is that he doesn't even know who Bug and his friends are. Exactly. But he still wants to protect them from the Black Widows, and as Horn doesn't really trust any Black Widow. Yes. And so he follows Bug and his friends. And so he follows Bug and his friends so the Black Widows don't harm them. That is the most accurate description out of any of my characters I've ever seen. Like, and here's the weird, not weird, and here's the interesting thing. This was about a character that I am purposely keeping vague. Like, wow. Los Vados. So Los Vados, I don't know if you were here earlier, but there's been like a couple of things you got wrong. There's been like a couple of things you got wrong in this video. And I don't know if I want to keep the live up for long enough. You just got here. All right, so here's the thing. So yeah, so you've gotten a couple of things wrong about some of my characters in this video. And I would tell you what they are, but like I felt like I have been like talking about. I'll speed run it. I'll speed run it. So like so first of all, you got the first section on this right. Next up, Bullet is a blow. Next up is Bullet. They're a blowfly. They're one of the people Bugman in his journey. They're also Bug's friend, despite only knowing him for like a day or two. But anyway, despite Bullet's friendly personality and overall being friendly with anyone they meet, they are from. All right, so all the way up, like this section, like this whole section, this 5-paragraph section is right. The whole they were from a family of assassins thing is wrong. That is wrong. Bullet's family has different occupations. They have different occupations. Their mom is an alchemist. Their dad is a mechanic. Their sister is not a vendor. Their sister is a merchant. Bullet used to be an assassin. Bullet used to be an assassin. And therefore knows many ways to kill someone. You're right about that. Despite this, they left their assassin life behind and became the person they are today. Exactly, that is right. And that is right. Their main goal in life is to make their family accepted for who they are. That is wrong. Bullet's family loves them dearly. They do not mind what Bullet does. Is just as long as they're not hurting anybody or themselves. Bullet's family supports anything that Bullet does. For who they are, I forgot to mention this, but Bullet's family hate and are disappointed. That is wrong on so many levels. I made this video a while back and I have a terrible memory, so I'm sorry. I was working with old information, so you're real sorry. No, it's fine. I'm not mad. I'm trying to correct you. But Bullet's family hate and are disappointed in them. That is wrong. Again, Bullet's family loves them. Bullet's family loves them. I honestly about Bug, you have kind of gotten him right. You pretty much gotten him right. But this thing right here, free as the wind, as you are technically right. I said that his whole thing was to be as free as anybody's will. Like it is like a small little reference of Sonic's be as free as the wind type of thing. But I said that he wants to be as free as anybody's will, as in like he wants to have free will to do whatever he wants, you know? He wants to be free with free will, basically. He wants to be free with free will to do whatever he wants, you know? But that was the only thing I had to say about Bug. Also, this right here, again, at the time, and that's a small mistake. I know. That's why I did not say like it was that big of a deal. Anyways, like that's literally why I said it was not that big of a deal. I wanted to point that out. And say, oh, he actually said he wants to be as free as anybody's will. That is what I said. But this right here, and this is for like a future reference. And like, listen. I'm not blaming you. I am not blaming you for writing the really, really wants Bug thing. I'm not blaming you. At the time, I did say that she really, really wants Bug. I am not blaming you at all. This is I'm not blaming you at all. This is completely a me thing. I'm not blaming you at all. when I but what I will say is that Dart has chilled out on Bug like in the series. She has chilled out on him a lot in the series, and throughout the community tabs that I've been posting, she has chilled out on him like a lot, like by a lot. I changed her personality. I changed her personality a lot. I changed her personality a lot, basically. Well, probably not her base personality, but I changed her personality in a relationship, in a relationship, in a relationship with Bug. And this change happened kind of recently, but you know, it was a little change. You do not know. This video was made before that change, I believe, so I am not like going to bash you for that. Not bash you. I'm not going to criticize you for that. That is a completely me thing, you know. Me thing, you know. Does Bug realize that free and safe are not the same? He knows. He knows, bro. Like, he knows. Like, what you thought that him saying that he wants to be free is him saying that he knows that it won't come with any consequences. He knows that being free comes with consequences, bro. Like yes, you're gonna meet some hardships. Yes, like you're not always gonna be safe, but why would he dwell on that when he can always travel and be free, you know? Like at the end of the day, if he were to survive the encounter, he's like, all right, that happened. Well, and then he keeps going, you know. I think at the end you have basically gotten Dart's personality right. I think at the end you basically gotten Dart's personality right. Yes, yes, you've gotten Dart's personality right at the end. And I'm not even like gonna like do a whole tidbit on. I'm not even like gonna do a whole tangent on Horn and or do a whole correction on Horn. You've basically got him right. You've basically gotten a vague. You've gotten a character that I meant to keep. No, not keep. You've basically gotten a character. mm, mm. You've basically gotten a character who I meant to keep vague for the time being. You you've gotten a character who I've meant to keep vague. You you've gotten a character who I've meant to keep vague for the time being right. Like you've gotten him right. Like down to a teen or whatever. You have gotten him right. Somehow. Also, by the way, if you hear me stuttering a lot recently, if you hear me stuttering a lot recently, it is because of it is because it is because I have actually been running low on sleep recently. I'm stuttering a lot. My brain feels like it's turning into mush, and I'm trying to correct my sleep schedule. So yes, down to the last breadcrumb. Exactly, like down to the last like down to the last breadcrumb. You have gotten a vague character right, which is crazy. Yeah, like I said, I made this video with outdated information. You changed a lot about your lore a lot, so it's kind of hard to make a 100 correct video. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, even some of the information I provided at the time, you've gotten wrong. You have gotten wrong, but I am correcting you as well. Vessel. Here we freaking go. I, I cannot hear that. I cannot try and hear that voice, yo. I cannot try and hear that voice. I'm going to read this myself. I cannot try and hear that voice. I cannot try and hear that voice. Waffy, I cannot try and hear that voice, yo. I cannot. I cannot. I've had a headache since last night. I am not. Next up is Vessel, the Blood Ant. The Blood Ant, another made-up species in Fallen Hill. Yes, Vessel is an old friend of Bug. She's known him for 5 years and knows him better than anyone. She's also been looking for Bug for a long time. That one's kind of that one's kind of half right. Like she's been doing her travels and her everything, but at some point she's like, I guess I can try finding him again. But other than that, she's been enjoying her travels. Also fun fact: blood ants and devil ants can fuse. How do they fuse, you may ask? With soul energy and devil energy, of course. All right, so that one is right. That one is right, but you've also left out blood energy. Like devil ants can fuse with blood ants with devil and soul energy, yes, but like it also requires blood energy from the blood ants, you know. What is soul and devil energy, you may ask again? I don't know. It hasn't been explained. It hasn't been explained yet. I could have sworn I explained this in like an old art I did. Well, it wasn't really explained, but I explained it in a more simpler type of way, you know. I'm really sorry for using AI voice when I keep my privacy. You know, you know, I don't even think the purple monkey and or ape from that one Windows era is like an AI like it is artificial intelligence, but like considering how an AI voice is described today, I would not call that AI. If anything, I would call it text to speech. Like honestly, I would prefer an AI voice sounding like this over an AI voice trying to mimic somebody. Like I would honestly prefer an AI voice like this over an AI voice trying to mimic somebody because at least it actually sounds like an AI voice. Like a robot or whatever because it technically is like a robot type of thing. Like I would prefer a voice. I would prefer it to sound like this or whatever. Um, bro, literally had no idea what blood energy is. No, I explained it at some point. I explained it at some point. I do not think you were there for that though. I think the voice is annoying. I just couldn't find a better one. No, it's fine. It is pretty hard to find voices. I'm pretty sure soul energy is what. All right, no, Fallen Hill is not tied to Hollow Knight. I said it was partially inspired. It is not tied to Hollow Knight at all. Soul energy is what Hollow Knight can use. It's versatile. It's versatile. Devil energy is more aggressive, I think. All right, so AC, you're. All right, so AC, you're kind of right. You are kind of. You know what? You know what? I will tell you guys about devil energy. I will tell you guys about devil energy. So, here's the thing about devil ants. Firstly, devil ants are not demons. Devil ants are not devils. They they have no relation to demons whatsoever. Basis. I'm on live. I'm on live, bro. Like I'm not talking to myself. But devil ants are not demons. Devil ants are not relate. Devil ants are not demons. Devil ants are not related to demons. Devil ants are not devils. Devil ants are not related to devils. Devil ants are their devil ants are their own subspecies of ants, you know? And they call that energy devil energy because of its demon-like roots. Of its demon-like roots. I didn't say it has demon roots. I said it has demon-like roots. As in, it resembles the type of energy that you'll see from a demon and or a devil, which is why they call it devil energy. Even then, even then, devil ants have been shown to have demonic and or devil-like appearances throughout like the years of existing, the years of them existing. So they decided, so they inherited the name Devil Ant, and they since they have a power that seems really demon-like and or devil-like, they decided to call it Devil Energy. They can also control soul too, but like the way how there's but the way how soul energy works, the way how soul energy works, soul soul energy is more like it kind of works like the spirit bomb that Goku has. They gather soul. They gather the souls in order. They gather like the souls from like not like act not like actually gathering soul. It is more like they're gathering the energy of the souls around them, and then they can use it to either heal themselves, defend themselves, boost their boost their boost their boost their stats, and or become more powerful. Even they even use it for attacks. They even use it for attacks. And here's a neat little detail. Here's a neat little detail. Whenever a devil ant uses soul energy, whenever a devil ant uses soul energy, hold on. So my true theory is that soul energy is more defensive in nature, and devil energy is more offensive. So blood energy is the healing one then. Blood energy, yeah, actually, blood energy can heal them. Blood energy can heal them, but it can also blood energy can heal blood ants, but it can also defend blood ants, and blood ants can use it to, create weapons and or attack. However, back to soul energy. Here's an interesting thing. Whenever a devil ant uses soul energy, it takes a little more effort to use it. It takes a little more effort to use it. It takes a little more effort to absorb it. And it takes a little more effort to use it. It takes a little more effort to use it. This is due to the fact that like while soul energy is a trait that they have, it is not really an energy source that is like I'm not gonna say not compatible. It is compatible with them. It's not really an energy source that their body would normally start up. No, not normally start up. How do I describe it? It is not an energy. It is not an energy source that their bodies. It's not an energy source that their bodies would normally instantly be able to do. Like yes they can like yes they have soul, yes they have soul energy, but whenever they try to manipulate it, it takes a little bit more time. It takes a smidge. It takes like a smidge more time. It takes a smidge more time to pull it off because like it takes a smidge more time to pull off. It takes a little more time to pull off because like it's not something that is like deeply related to like their origins. It's not something that is deeply related to their their devil side, their devil side, their their devil origins. It is not something that is like deeply related to their origins. It's not something that is related to their and it's not something that is related to their their devil side, devil side. Um however However, wait. So it's like being a jack of all trades and a master of none thing. I have no idea what that means. Maybe. Maybe. Devil energy. Devil energy they can immediately activate. Devil energy is something that devil ants can immediately activate. Like in a whim. Because because inherently because inherently they are more used to pulling they're more used to manipulating their bodies are more their bodies are their bodies are more used to manipulating devil energy than soul energy. So whenever they go for devil energy, it is like instant like that. Whenever they try to go for soul energy, it takes a little it takes a little time to activate, but the energy input and or output is amazing. Is amusing, you know? But if I were to go in terms of strength, like which energy is the strongest, it is devil energy. Devil energy is the strongest. Soul energy is more focused on like a more soul energy is more focused on like a more on like a more Jesus. A piece of dust flew in my throat. What the hell? On a more how do I describe it? Soul energy is focused on a more I think like I'm trying to find the word. It's focused on a more relaxed and more fluid type of energy. It is on a more relaxed but fluid type of energy. It could still be used to defend. It can still be used to defend, and it could still be used. It can still be used to. It can still be used to. It can still be used to. It can. It can still be used to defend, and it can still be used offensively. That's what I was trying to say. I have no idea why I am stuttering over all my goddamn words. Jeez. But yes. But yes, soul energy can be used to defend, and it can be used offensively. Dev offensively. Devil energy can be used to defend, and it can be used offensively. But it is more potent, and it is more effective, if anything. Like if you like if you use devil energy to defend like a shield or the Akuma armor form. Remember that? I'm kidding. And but no, well no I am not kidding. That is a real form, but anyways, if you try to like make like a shield and or the Akuma armor form, the defense is insane, right? The offense is like really insane. But at the same time, in order to activate the devil energy, like you don't have to really, put strain on yourself. It's not like the Kaioken or Super Saiyan. You do not have to put strain on yourself. It is if you are a devil ant, you do not have to put strain on yourself. It is more like they have to tap into their demon roots. No, not demon roots. It's like they have to tap into their demon-like roots. It's like they have to tap into their demon-like roots in order to use it. Which is obvious, yes, but it is more so like they but it's more so like they kind of have to have the mind of a demon in order to do it. They have to have the mind of a demon in order to do it. I'm not talking about
go full villain. I mean, like, they simply have to have the mind of a demon, and or they have to have the feeling, not the feeling. They have to have like the energy of a demon in order to pull it off. You know, and all Devillands, they all have soul. They're all born with soul and demon. They're all born with soul and demon energy. You know, but in order to use devil energy, you either have to have the mind of a demon. You know, you either you either have to have, you either have to have the mind of a demon, the energy of a demon flowing through you. How do I describe it? Yo, I'm trying my best to describe this. You either have to have the mind of a demon, manipulate manipulate your devil energy by like guys, this is how you know that I'm struggling, because like this is how you know I'm bad at wording stuff, because no, because listen, there was this one time I was like trying to explain something to my sister, and it took me like 5 minutes to try and think of the dang word. Like this is crazy. But you either have to have the mind of a demon, the excuse me, you have to have the mind of a demon. Hold on. So basically, you either need to think like a demon, which by definition are evil and wicked, or move like a demon, who are typically erratic and fast, and don't understand that clearly. Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Intrusive thoughts. I don't even know if it is like intrusive thoughts. But wait, hold on. I think I got it. You need, you either need to have, you either need to have, you either need to have, you either need to have the mind of a demon, the soul, no, not the soul. Oh my god! Wow, wow. No, I just thought of it. All right, there we go. You need to. I just thought of it. You either need to have the mind of a demon, the aggression of a demon, and or all of the above. That is what I meant to say. Why could I not think of aggression? That was so crazy. But anyways, yes, you either need to have the mind of a demon, the aggression of a demon, and or all of the above. Bug has been through intense Devilland training when he turned 18, and he has very, very potent soul and devil energy. He has very potent soul and devil energy. So like whenever he activates his devil energy, he does not need to like go full evil and or whatever. Heck, most of the Devilland community does not need to go full evil in order for it to work. But he does not need. Neither does his family. But he does not need to go full evil in order for it to work. He simply needs to think, "Oh, all right, now I'm a demon." Suddenly his devil energy like activates, right, and he can manipulate it. He can also use his devil energy. Um, he can also use his devil energy offensively. Hence his devil claw. He also has this other ability called the devil nail, but I may need to draw that out. So here's the thing. All right. Here's a fun little fact. Vessel Vessel honestly prefers Bug using his devil energy compared to like his soul energy. Like Bug can use them both at the same time. That is the thing. Bug can use them both at the same time. Most of the Devil community can use them at the same time, but Bug can use his soul and devil energy at the same time. Also, his family can. Bug's family can use him at the same time as well. But Vessel prefers Bug using his devil energy because like his devil energy over his soul energy because like she generally feels like he turns into like a more fierce person, not person. She generally believes that he turns into a more fierce being afterwards. Well, not being bug because he is a bug, but she generally believes that he turns into a more fierce bug afterwards. Into a fierce warrior. I don't know. Guys, my brain is turning into mush. I'm trying to think of the words. She generally believes he turns into a more fierce warrior that way, and she really likes it whenever he acts fierce. She really likes it. Like, she, she likes it. um, but yeah, she really likes it whenever he uses his devil energy. Anyways, there's also this attack that has two variants. There's this attack that has two variants. One requ one requires soul and one requires soul energy and one requires devil energy. I think this is called the Soul Storm. Soul Storm actually like basically the user fires a beam into the sky and then it spreads out in multiple various directions. It spreads out into multiple various directions, and it can track down people based on their soul. It can track down not people, not people, beings. It can track down beings based off of their soul. It can literally track down any type of being based off of their soul. Whenever they use the Soul Storm, the Devil Storm, it can track down beings based on their life force and or pure aggression. And I thought that was a neat detail. I was like, yeah, I could actually use that. Like when I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, yes, I can actually use that. Yes, I can actually use that. Like an attack like an attack that locks in like an attack that locks into your life force and your aggression. Like an attack that locks into your life like an attack that locks into your life force and or your aggression. I was like, bro, that is such an interesting detail. I'm definitely keeping that into the attack. um Bug has used those only one time in their Bug has only used those Bug has only used those one time in his life. Bug has only used Bug has only Bug has only Bug has only used those one time in his life, you know? Maybe move on, please. The fuck? First of all, if you don't like it, you can leave. I'm literally trying to talk about my character. This is my stream, by the way. Who the heck are you to tell me to move on? Like, bro, if I want to talk on my stream, I want to talk on my stream, alright? I want to talk on my stream. If you're being impatient and or if you can't wait, you can either leave, you could leave and come back later when like the thing gets uploaded, or you can, I don't know, mute me. I don't know. I'm basically trying to tell you guys like a little fun fact. And you're like saying maybe move on, man. And you're like saying maybe move on, but man, whatever, man, whatever. I'm done. Whatever. Yeah. No, not the lore, please, but it's so much but it's so much stuttering a person could handle. So let me get this straight. You're rushing somebody who is stuttering. Like I don't even care if you said please afterwards. You're trying to rush somebody who's stuttering, and you don't even and oh my God, yo. I literally told y'all why I stutter. I literally told y'all why I stutter. I'm running on very low hours of sleep, and that is usually why I stutter. Homie, if you don't like it when people stutter, either you leave or you mute the damn stream. That's why whenever people stutter, they usually say take your time and or they do not say anything. All right? Yeah, I kind of don't really want to watch this anymore. Never mind. Bye, y'all.